Another story that is deleted from the master narrative is the history of involuntarily segregating and sterilizing people who were judged to be mentally ill. This is a photograph of a book called Eugenical Sterilization in the United States. It was written by Harry H. Laughlin in 1922. Harry Laughlin was the special eugenics advisor to the United States Congress. In this book, Laughlin outlines the case for states to develop mandatory sterilization laws. This is the picture that is on the inside cover of Laughlin's book. It pretty much summarizes what the science of eugenics was all about. The caption reads, "Keep the life stream pure." So here we see a white Anglo-Saxon Adam and Eve with their white Anglo-Saxon offspring, who in turn hold their child. Keep the life stream pure. Eugenics was the science of keeping the life stream, as defined by white, upper-class professional males, pure. Here is a eugenicist looking at photographs of candidates for sterilization. Eugenics is not a fable. In the United States alone, tens of thousands of people, mostly women, were involuntarily sterilized. As leaders of the consumer, survivor, ex-patient movement in the 21st century, we must ask ourselves, what is the difference between the old eugenics and the new genetics? A recent special issue of Time magazine speculates about the future of medicine and ponders how genetic engineering will change us in the next century. Some geneticists believe the world would be a better place without people with disabilities. As leaders, we must ask ourselves, would the world really be a better place without me, without you, without others diagnosed with mental illness? Would the world be a better place without my children, your children, our children? Would the world be a better place without people with disabilities? As leaders in the millennium, when the human genome has been mapped and the age of the new genetics is upon us, these questions are of the utmost importance. This is a eugenics poster showing a strong, healthy German citizen carrying the burden of the mentally ill. Eugenics was embraced in Germany too, and in 1936, the American eugenicist Harry Laughlin received an honorary doctorate from the University of Heidelberg in Germany. In the 1930s and 40s, Nazis adopted and expanded upon American involuntary sterilization laws, bringing eugenics to its logical conclusion. The mass murder of mental patients in mental hospitals was called Aktion T4. T4 is shorthand for the address of the killing program's central administration building that you see here. In Project T4 and related actions, mental patients and other people with disabilities were called useless eaters and lives unworthy of life. This is illustrated in a propaganda poster from the 1930s, where strong German athletes and soldiers are contrasted with photographs of people with disabilities. The cure for lives not worthy of life was death. This is a photograph of a gas chamber in the basement of a mental hospital in Berdenberg, Germany. It was used during the year 1941 to murder mental patients. You can see the killing chamber disguised with tiles to look like an ordinary shower in an institution. You can see the places where the gas was released through disguised shower heads. You can see the curved mirror so that observers could assess that all were dead. And in the curved mirror, you can actually see the reflection of the observation window. 8,601 mental patients were killed in 1941 in this particular gas chamber. People like this man. And this woman. And this man. And this boy. Under Operation T4 and related actions, 350,000 mental patients and other people with disabilities, like this little girl, were murdered. The master narrative would prefer to forget Operation T4. In fact, it works hard and deliberately to help us forget. Here is an entrance to a modern psychiatric unit just outside of Berlin. I took this photograph in 1998. A modern-day psychiatric ward called Unit T4. The politics of memory, the policing of memory, the twisting of memory, until what is not anymore. We must know our history. We must retell it and make it our story. We must never again leave our fate in the hands of others. As leaders in the ex-patient movement, we are charged with bearing witness to the times when the inhuman and the inhumane erupt into the human services.